Picture yourself on a creaking sloop, the Caribbean sun scorching your skin, the year 1715. You're a desperate soul, driven to piracy by poverty or force, now bound to a brutal life of violence, disease, and endless toil. This journey through the golden age of piracy reveals the grim reality, grueling labor, bloody raids, and the ever-present shadow of the gallows. From signing the pirate's code to facing the Navy's cannons, each step pulls you deeper into a world where survival is fleeting. Let the rhythmic crash of waves and monotonous tale of hardship lull you to sleep. If this pirate's life soothes your mind, like and subscribe for more historical whispers to ease you into rest. The Nassau dock sways under your bare feet, its splintered boards slick with salt and fish guts. The Caribbean sun searing your neck in 1715. Hunger gnaws at your belly, your pockets empty after months without work. Your shoes traded for a crust of bread in a tavern, now a blur. A pirate sloop, the Black Gull, rocks in the harbour, its patched sails flapping, its hull scarred from battles you can only imagine. Driven by desperation, or the cold press of a blade against your ribs, you step forward, the crew's coarse shouts ringing in your ears. You sign their articles, a parchment binding you to a life of piracy under a scarred captain's iron rule. The code promises plunder, but demands obedience, with lashings or death for defiance. This is no tale of adventure, but of brutal survival, woven softly to lull you towards slumber. You stand at the dock's edge, the air thick with the stench of tar, rum, and rotting fish. The harbour a chaos of creaking ships and shouting men. Your shirt, threadbare and crusted with sweat, clings to your skin. Your hands trembling from hunger, not fear, though fear is close. You're no sailor by trade. You were a dockhand in London, scraping by until debts and a brawl forced you to flee. The Caribbean promised work, but Nassau's taverns offered only empty promises and emptier pockets. Now, a pirate named Silas, his face weathered, his eyes hard, thrusts a quill into your hand, his dagger glinting at his hip. "Sign or swim," he growls, his breath sour with rum. The crew watches, a motley band of outcasts, runaway sailors, former slaves, men with scars and missing fingers, each one a warning of the life you're choosing. The articles, scrawled on rough parchment, are a pact with the devil. You trace the words, your fingers shaking, the ink smudging under your calloused thumb. The code is simple but brutal. Equal shares of plunder, no stealing from mates, no desertion, no women aboard, and obedience to the captain, Black Tom, whose name alone quiets the crew. Break the rules and you face the lash, marooning, or a noose from the yardarm. A man, they say, was keel-hauled last month, his body torn by barnacles, his screams silenced by the sea. You sign your name, John Ward, a name you barely own. Your heart pounding, the docks sway a reminder of the shore you're leaving. The crew's eyes, glinting with greed or suspicion, follow you, their silence heavier than their shouts, your fate now tied to theirs. The captain, Black Tom, stands on the sloop's deck, his scarred face shadowed under a tricorn hat, his pistol tucked into a red sash. His voice, sharp as a cutlass, barks orders, his stare cutting through you like a blade. "You're ours now," he says, tossing you a dull knife, its handle worn, its weight a promise of blood. He's no storybook pirate. His wealth is modest, his cabin stocked with rum and charts, not gold. His authority is absolute, earned through fear, not loyalty. You've heard whispers of his past, a Navy deserter, a man who slit a merchant's throat for a single chest. The crew fears him, their jests falling silent when he passes, his boots thudding on the deck. You're nothing to him, a replaceable hand, your life cheap in a world where death is a daily wager. The sloop itself is a grim home. You're led below, the ladder creaking, the air turning sour with mildew and sweat. Your hammock, a damp strip of canvas, hangs in a corner of the hold, shared with rats that scurry over your feet. The timbers groan, the hull leaking slightly, the stench of tar and bilge water choking your throat. The deck above is no better, splintered wood, sticky, with tar littered with ropes and barrels. The sails, patched and stained, flap in the humid breeze, the ship rocking with the harbour's swell. Your bunkmate, a wiry man named Caleb, grunts a warning. Sleep light, or lose your share. His missing ear, a jagged scar, tells a story. He doesn't share. The hold's darkness, broken only by a flickering lantern, is your new world. Its confines a cage you've chosen. The crew's dynamics are a tangled net. Silas, the quartermaster, divides plunder, but watches for thieves, his knife always ready. The boatswain, a hulking man named Amos, wields a whip, his curses louder than the gulls. The crew, some English, some Dutch, a few from distant lands, speak, in a mix of tongues, their laughter coarse, their trust thin. You're the newest, your hands soft compared to theirs, your place unearned. A man named Jem, his arm branded with a navy mark, spits when you pass, muttering of green hands who die first. Others, like Caleb, offer grudging nods, their eyes wary, their knives close. You're one of them, yet apart. Your name on the articles a mark of desperation, not brotherhood. The crew a pack bound by greed, not loyalty. The promise of plunder is a cruel lure. Tales of Spanish gold, of chests heavy with doubloons, float through the tavern's haze, but the crew's scars tell the truth. A man with a limp, hit by a cannonball, speaks of raids gone wrong, merchant ships armed, navy frigates waiting. The articles promise shares, but the captain takes first, the quartermaster second, and you, the lowest, might see a coin if you survive. The sloop's last haul, they say, was cloth and rum, half spoiled, barely enough to drink through a week. Your dreams of wealth, sparked in London slums, fade under the crew's hard eyes, the reality of toil and blood sinking in. Piracy is no path to riches, but to survival. Each day a fight against the sea, the navy, and the men beside you. The sensory weight is crushing. The dock's air is thick, the stench of fish, tar, and rum blending with the sweat of men unwashed, for weeks. Your hands, blistered from signing, grip the knife, its blade dull but heavy, a tool you barely know. The taste of hardtack, shared at the tavern, is gritty, worms wriggling in its cracks, your stomach growling for more. Sounds surround you, the creak of the sloop's hull, the snap of sails, the crew's shouts, the waves' rhythmic slap against the dock. The sun's glare blinds you, the horizon endless, the ship's sway a constant pull. Below deck, the hold's dampness chills your bones. The rats scurry a grim rhythm. The lanterns flicker, casting shadows that dance like ghosts. The ship a floating prison where hope is as scarce as fresh water. The emotional toll is a heavy anchor. You left London's slums for a sailor's life, dreaming of coin to send home. But piracy's promise is a trap. You think of your mother, her face fading, her warnings to stay honest ignored. The crew's tales of plunder spark greed, but their scars, missing fingers, branded arms, mirror your fear. You're bound to them, yet alone. Your name on the articles, a mark of desperation, not choice. The captain's stare, the boatswain's whip, The crew's mistrust weigh on you, each day a test. The shore, now slipping away, offered poverty but safety. Here, danger is your shadow, survival a gamble against the sea's vast cruelty. You wonder if you'll see London again, or if the sea will claim you, your dreams buried in its depths. The Nassau dock fades as the sloop's crew hauls anchor, the harbour's chaos giving way to the open sea. You're shoved to work, your hands raw on the ropes, the boatswain's voice barking orders. The articles tucked in Silas's chest are your chain, the captains rule your cage. The crew's eyes follow you, their knives glinting, their trust a prize you must earn. Tomorrow brings labour, climbing rigging, hauling sails, under the sun's relentless glare. The pirate's life, sold as freedom, is a brutal path, its promise of gold a lie overshadowed by blood. For now, you lie in your hammock, the ships sway a gentle lullaby, the rats scurry a faint echo, your heart clinging to a fleeting hope, pulling you deeper into the desperate life of a pirate. Your hands bleed from the coarse ropes, the deck of the Black Gull swaying beneath you under a merciless Caribbean sun. Days ago, you signed the pirate's articles in Nassau, driven by hunger and a blade's threat, binding you to this sloop's brutal life. Now at sea in 1715, you toil among a ragged crew, climbing rigging and hauling sails, your body aching under the boatswain's whip. The ship, a creaking prison of tar and damp wood, offers no rest, its hold reeking of mildew and rats. Storms loom on the horizon, navy ships hunt in the distance, and every task risks death. The promise of gold feels distant, the reality of labour and danger all-consuming. This is no tale of adventure, but of relentless struggle, woven softly to lull you toward slumber. The deck is a chaos of ropes and barrels, its splintered wood burning under your bare feet, the salt air stinging your raw hands. You're no sailor, just a desperate dockhand turned pirate, your muscles untested by the sea's demands. The boatswain, Amos, a hulking man with a scarred lip, barks orders, his whip cracking near your ear. Climb, you dog, or feel the lash. You scramble up the rigging, the ropes biting your palms. The sloops sway, threatening to fling you into the churning waves below. The mainsail, heavy with patches, flaps wildly, its weight pulling at your arms as you tie it fast. Your breath catches, your heart pounding, the horizon tilting as the ship lurches. The crew's shouts a grim chorus. Each task, hauling lines, scrubbing decks, moving cannons, is a test. Your body pushed beyond its limits, survival a daily wager against the sea's cruelty. The ship's work is endless. By dawn, you're hauling water barrels, they're sloshing, weight bruising your shoulders. The stale liquid inside barely drinkable, its taste metallic and foul. The cannons, rusted and heavy, must be shifted for balance, your back straining as you drag them across the deck, the iron scraping your hands raw. The crew, a mix of outcasts, English, Dutch, a silent African named Kofi, labour beside you, their faces gaunt, their curses low. Caleb, your bunkmate, his missing ear a jagged scar, grunts as he splices rope, his eyes flicking to Amos's whip. The quartermaster, Silas, watches from the helm, his knife glinting, ensuring no man slacks. You're the newest, your hands softer than theirs, your place unearned, their mistrust a shadow as heavy as the work, the code's promise of gold a faint lure against the grind. Dangers lurk beyond the labour. The sea, a vast expanse of turquoise, and grey hides threats. A sudden squall, its clouds blackening the sky, the wind howling through the sails. You've heard of ships swallowed by storms, their crews lost to waves taller than masts. Last night, the sloop shuddered as thunder cracked, the decks slick with rain. your hands slipping on the ropes as you fought to secure the sails. The cruise. Shouts turned to prayers. Even Black Tom, the captain, gripping the helm with white knuckles. Worse than storms are the Navy ships, English or Spanish frigates, their cannons gleaming, hunting pirates like you. A sail on the horizon yesterday sent the crew scrambling, Silas barking to ready the guns, your heart racing at the thought of iron balls tearing through the hull. Death a breath away. The ship's conditions are a brutal foe. Below deck, the hold is a stifling maze, its air thick with mildew, sweat, and the stench of bilge water pooling in the ship's belly. Your hammock, a damp strip of canvas, sways in a corner, shared with rats that gnaw at your hardtack, their scurrying a constant. The food, hardtack crawling with weevils, salted pork gone slimy, turns your stomach, the taste lingering like defeat. Water, stored in fouled barrels, is rationed, its murk leaving grit in your teeth. The deck offers no relief, its tar sticking to your feet, the sun blistering your skin, the salt spray stinging your eyes. Sleep is fleeting, broken by Amos's shouts or the ship's lurch. The hold's dampness chilling your bones. The rat's bites a small torment beside the labour's pain. The crew's tensions simmer, a storm beneath the surface. Jem, a branded Navy deserter, shoves you aside when you fumble a knot, his spit landing near your feet, his mutter of green hand, a warning. Kofi, silent but strong, eyes you warily, his hands steady on the ropes, his past a mystery. Caleb, whispers of a raid gone wrong, the crew turning on a mate who hid gold, his body tossed overboard. The articles, meant to bind you, breed mistrust, each man watching his share, his knife ready. Silas, the quartermaster, keeps order, but his own greed glints in his eyes, his tally of plunder never questioned. You're one of them, yet apart, your name on the articles a fragile tie, the crew's unity a thin veil over betrayal, the code's rules a chain you cannot break. The captain's rule is iron. Black Tom, his face scarred, his pistol always loaded, paces the deck, his boots thudding, his voice cutting through the wind. You've seen him lash a man for sleeping on watch. The whip's crack drawing blood, the crew silent. His cabin, a cramped space with charts and rum, is a world apart from the hold. His share of plunder triple yours. He speaks of Spanish galleons, their holds heavy with gold, but his eyes are cold, his promises thin. You're nothing to him, a hand to work or die, your life cheap in his gamble for wealth. The crew fears him, their jests fading when he passes, his authority a shadow over. Every task, your fear of his wrath, as constant as the seas roll. The sensory weight is crushing, the deck's wood, splintered and tar-stained, burns your feet, the ropes tearing your palms, their fibres sticky with salt. The air smells of sweat, tar, and the faint rot of damp timbers, the sea's salt stinging your cracked lips. The taste of hardtack, gritty and worm-ridden, clings to your tongue, your stomach growling for more. Sounds surround you, the creak of the hull, the snap of sails, Amos's curses, the waves' rhythmic crash. The sun's glare blinds you, the horizon endless, the ship's sway a constant pull, your body aching from head to toe. Night brings no relief, the hold's dampness chilling your bones. The rats scurry a grim rhythm, the lanterns flicker casting shadows that dance like threats. The ship a floating prison where rest is a fleeting dream. The emotional toll is a heavy anchor. You joined the Black Gull for coin, a way out of poverty, but the sea's grind mocks that hope. You think of London, your mother's face fading, her warnings to stay honest ignored. The crew's tales of gold spark greed, but their scars, missing fingers, branded arms, mirror your fear. You're bound to them, yet alone, your name on the articles a mark of desperation, not choice. The bosun's whip, the captain's stare, the crew's mistrust weigh on you, each task a test. The sea, vast and unforgiving, offers no escape. Its dangers, storms, navy ships, the ship's own decay, a constant threat. You wonder if you'll see shore again, or if the waves will claim you, your dreams of wealth buried in their depths. The sloop sails on, the horizon unchanging, the crew's labor, a relentless cycle. You've survived your first days, your hands bloodied, your body bruised, but the sea's dangers never sleep. Tomorrow brings more toil, climbing masts, readying guns. For a raid, Black Tom promises will bring gold. The crew's eyes glint, their knives sharp, the articles binding you to their fate. The pirate's life, sold as freedom, is a brutal grind, its promise of riches a lie overshadowed by danger. For now, you lie in your hammock, the ship's sway a gentle lullaby, the rats scurry a faint echo, your heart clinging to a fleeting hope, pulling you deeper into the desperate life of a pirate. Blood stains the deck as you ready for a raid, the Black Gull's cannons gleaming under the Caribbean sun. Days of grueling labor, hauling ropes, climbing rigging, have left your hands raw, your body bruised. But now, in 1715, the promise of plunder drives the crew. A merchant ship, fat with cargo, looms on the horizon, its sails white against the turquoise sea. Black Tom, the captain, barks orders, his pistol drawn, while the crew, knives glinting, prepares to board. The pirate code, scrawled in Nassau, demands obedience but offers shares of gold. Yet the raid brings bloodshed, not riches, its violence a brutal reminder of your desperate choice. The code's punishments, lashings, death, loom as you fight, survival a gamble in this lawless world. This is no tale of glory, but of savagery, woven softly to lull you toward slumber. The sloop surges forward, its patched sails taut, the deck vibrating under your feet as you grip a cutlass, its blade heavy, unfamiliar in your dockhand's hands. The merchant ship, a Spanish brigantine, grows closer, its crew scrambling, unaware of the storm you bring. Silas, the quartermaster, shouts to load the cannons, his voice sharp over the waves' crash, his knife at his belt a warning to any who falter. Your heart pounds, the air thick with salt and gunpowder, the crew's eyes wild with greed or fear. Amos, the bosun, shoves you toward the grappling hooks, his whip coiled, his curse a growl. Move or bleed! You've never fought, never killed, but the articles you signed bind you to this moment. The promise of gold, a flickering hope against the blood to come. The sea's vastness, a mirror of your dread. The raid is chaos. Grappling hooks fly, their iron claws biting the brigantine's hull, pulling the Black Gull close. You swing across on a rope, the wind whipping your face, your stomach lurching as you land on the enemy deck, the woods slick with spray. The merchant crew, outnumbered, fights back. Swords clash, muskets crack. A man screams as Kofi's blade finds his chest. You swing your cutlass, more instinct than skill, its weight jarring your arm as it meets a sailor's shoulder, blood spraying, warm and sticky. The crew roars, gems slashing wildly, his branded arm red with gore, while Caleb, his missing ear a grim badge, loots a fallen man's pouch. Black Tom stands at the helm, firing his pistol, a merchant falling at his feet. The violence is swift, brutal, the deck a slaughterhouse, your hands trembling, the code's promise of plunder now a blood-soaked lie. The plunder is less than dreamed. The brigantine's hold yields barrels of rum, bales of cloth, and a chest of silver coins. Hardly the galleon's gold the crew whispered of in Nassau. Silas divides the spoils, his tally strict, the captain's share triple yours, the crew's grumbling low but dangerous. You're handed a single coin, its weight light, its shine dull, a far cry from the riches you imagined escaping London's slums. The cloth, half rotted, and rum, souring in cracked barrels, won't feed you long. Jem spits, accusing Silas of cheating, his hand on his knife, but Amos's whip cracks, silencing him. The code, scrawled in ink, enforces order, but breeds resentment, each man eyeing his neighbour's share. The promise of wealth a cruel jest, the raid's cost, blood, fear, a wounded mate, far heavier than its gain. The pirate code is a brutal master. Back on the Black Gull, Silas reads the articles aloud, his voice flat. The crew gathered on the swaying deck. No stealing from mates, no hiding plunder, no desertion. Break these and face the lash, keel hauling, or death. A man, caught pocketing, a ring during the raid, is tied to the mast. Amos's whip tearing his back, his screams fading into the wind. You watch, your stomach twisting, the cutlass still heavy in your hand, its blade crusted with blood you can't scrub clean. The code, meant to bind you, is a chain, its rules enforced by fear, not fairness. Black Tom, his pistol reloaded, eyes the crew, his authority a shadow over every share, your place as a lowly hand, a reminder of your powerlessness, survival, a daily dance with death. The crew's tensions boil. Jem, his arm bandaged from the raid, mutters of Silas's greed, his eyes darting to the quartermaster's pouch. Kofi, silent as ever, cleans his blade, his gaze distant, his strength a quiet threat. Caleb, nursing a gash from a merchant's sword, whispers of a captain who shared better, his words dangerous. The raid's meagre haul fuels distrust, the crew's unity fraying like the sloop's sails. You're the newest, your coin clutched tight, your hands still shaking from the blood you spilled. The crew's eyes, once wary, now judge you. Did you fight hard enough, earn your share? The code's rules, meant to hold you together, spark division, each man a potential traitor. The sloop a powder keg rocking on the sea's endless waves. The ship's conditions worsen the toll. The raid left the Black Gull battered. A cannon, shot splintered the rail, seawater leaking into the hold, its stench of bilge and rot thicker now. Your hammock, damp and flea-ridden, offers no rest. The rat's boulder, gnawing at the stolen cloth. The food, even with the brigantine's rum, is scarce. Hardtack crumbles to dust, the pork rancid, its taste like defeat. Water, fouled in barrels, is rationed tighter, its grit coating your throat. The deck, sticky with tar and blood, burns your feet, the sun blistering your skin, the salt spray stinging your eyes. Sleep is a dream, broken by Amos's shouts or the ship's lurch, the hold's dampness chilling your bones, the raid's violence, a weight you carry into the dark. The sensory weight is crushing, the deck's wood, splintered and bloodstained, creaks underfoot, the ropes tearing your palms, their fibers sticky with tar. The air smells of gunpowder, sweat, and the sea's salt, the rum's sour tang lingering. The taste of hardtack, worm-ridden and gritty, clings to your tongue, your stomach cramping. Sounds surround you. The sails snap, the crew's curses, the waves crash, a wounded man's groan. The sun's glare blinds you, the horizon endless, the ship's sway a constant pull, your body aching from the raid's toll. Night brings no relief, the hold's dampness chilling. The rats scurry a grim rhythm, The lanterns flicker, casting shadows of blood and blades. The sloop, a floating battlefield where rest is a fleeting hope. The emotional toll is a heavy anchor. You joined for coin, a way out of poverty, but the raid's blood mocks that dream. You think of London, your mother's face fading, her warnings to stay honest ignored. The crew's tales of gold, once a spark, are ashes, their scars, gems, wound, Caleb's gash, mirroring your fear. You're bound to them, yet alone. Your name on the article's a mark of blood, not wealth. The captain's stare, the bosun's whip, the crew's mistrust weigh on you. The raid's violence a stain on your soul. The sea, vast and unforgiving, offers no escape. Its dangers, storms, navy ships, the next raid, a constant threat. You wonder if you'll see shore again, or if the waves will claim you, your dreams of riches buried in their depths. The sloop sails on, the raid's plunder stored below, the crew's grumbling a low hum. You've survived the fight, your hands bloodied, your body bruised, but the sea's dangers never sleep. Tomorrow brings more labor, more threats. A navy ship spotted at dawn, its sails a distant menace. Black Tom promises another raid, his, pistol ready, the crew's knives sharp. The code binds you, its rules a noose. The pirate's steward, you are a pirate, bound to this brutal life. For now, you lie in your hammock. The ship's sway, a gentle lullaby. The rats scurry, a faint echo. Your heart clinging to a fleeting hope, pulling you deeper into the desperate life of a pirate. Fever burns your skin as you huddle below deck, the raid's blood still fresh on your hands. The black gull rocking through Caribbean waters. The merchant ship's plunder, rum and cloth, sits in the hold. But no gold eases the squalor around, you in 1715. The ship's cramped, filthy conditions breed disease, your body weakening from scurvy and dysentery, the air thick with rot and moans. No doctor tends the crew, only the quartermaster's knife, and the bosun's whip enforcing order. The raid's violence, the crew's tensions, and the endless labor have left you battered. But now sickness threatens to claim you, the sloop a floating grave. The pirate's life, once a desperate choice, is a relentless trap. Its hardships, a tide you cannot escape. This is no tale of triumph, but of suffering, woven softly to lull you towards slumber. The hold is a stifling tomb, its air heavy with mildew, sweat, and the stench of bilge water pooling in the ship's belly. Your hammock, a damp strip of canvas, sways in a corner, its fibers crawling with fleas, their bites red and itching on your arms. The raid left you shaken, the cutlass's weight still haunting your hands. But now, a deeper ache grips you. Your gums bleed, your joints throb, your stomach cramps with every lurch of the ship. Scurvy, the crew whispers, from months of hardtack and rancid pork, no fruit or fresh water to ease it. You cough, a dry rasp, and notice Caleb, your bunkmate, doubled, over, his face pale, his missing ear's scar livid against his sweat-soaked skin. The sloop, battered from the raid, leaks, its timbers groaning, the dampness chilling your bones, disease a silent killer stalking the crew. The food is a poison. Hardtack, stored in mouldy sacks, crumbles to dust, worms wriggling in its cracks, its taste gritty and sour. The pork, salted but spoiled, leaves a slimy film in your mouth, your stomach rejecting it with violent spasms. Dysentery spreads, men groaning in the hold, their waste fouling the air, no bucket clean enough to contain it. You sip water from a barrel, its surface cloudy, its taste metallic, rationed so tightly your throat stays dry. The raid's rum, sour and thin, offers no relief, its burn worsening your fever. Black Tom, the captain, hoards the best barrels in his cabin, his share untouched by the crew's hunger. Silas, the quartermaster, rations what remains, his knife glinting as he guards the stores. The crew's eyes desperate, their hands twitching for more. Survival a fight against the ship's own decay. No doctor sails with the Black Gull. In Nassau, you heard of surgeons on Navy ships, their tools crude but useful, but pirates rely on luck or the quartermaster's blade. Silas, no healer, stitches wounds with fishing line, his hands steady but brutal, his cures as likely to kill as save. A mate, gashed in the raid, lies in the hold, his wound festering, his moans a constant hum. You've seen him chew tobacco, spitting blood, hoping it draws out the sickness, but his eyes grow dull, his breath shallow. Your own symptoms: bleeding gums, loose teeth, a fever that won't break, worsen daily, no herbs or prayers to ease them. The crew's remedies, whispered in the dark, rum-soaked rags, charred bones, fail, the articles silent on sickness, offering only the code's brutal justice, not healing. The crew's suffering fuels fear. Caleb, his strength fading, mutters of a ship cursed, his gash oozing, his voice weak. Jem, the branded deserter, blames Kofi for the raid's slim haul, his fevered eyes wild, his knife too close. Kofi, silent but watchful, cleans his blade, his hands steady despite the scurvies. Grip. The raid's tensions linger, the crew's unity fraying further as sickness spreads. Amos, the bosun, lashes a man for spilling water, his whips crack a grim rhythm, his own cough betraying him. You're the newest, your body weakening, your place unearned, their mistrust a weight heavier than your fever. The code, meant to bind you, offers no comfort. Its rules a chain in a hold where men die quietly, their bodies soon tossed to the sea, survival a fading hope. The ship's squalor is relentless. The deck, stained with blood and tar, is slick with spray, its splintered wood tearing your bare feet. Below, the hold's timbers are black with mould, the air so thick you choke, the rats bolder, gnawing at your hammock's edges. The raid's plunder, cloth and rum rots in the damp, its stench blending with the bilge's rot. You try to clean your hands, raw from ropes and blood, but the water's filth leaves them gritty, your skin cracking. The sloop leaks worse now. A cannon's graze from the raid letting seawater seep, its chill soaking your clothes. Sleep is a dream, broken by groans, the ship's creak, or Amos's shouts, the hold a prison where sickness festers. The seas sway a cruel reminder of your trapped life. The sensory weight is crushing, the hold's air is thick, the stench of mildew, waste, and rotting food choking your throat, the rum's sour tang lingering. Your hands, blistered and bleeding, tremble as you clutch a hardtack crumb, its worms wriggling against your fingers. The taste of rancid pork, forced down, twists your stomach, your cramps sharp. Sounds surround you, the hulls groan, the waves crash, the crew's moans, Caleb's ragged cough. The lanterns flicker cast shadows on the walls, their dance amplifying your fevered haze, the hammock's dampness chilling your bones. The deck above, sticky with tar, burns your feet, the sun's glare blinding, the salt spray stinging your eyes. The sloop is a floating grave, its squalor a partner to disease, rest a fleeting hope in its dark confines. The emotional toll is a heavy anchor. You joined the Black Gull for coin, a way out of poverty, but sickness mocks that dream. You think of London, your mother's face fading, her warnings ignored. The crew's tales of gold, once a spark, are ashes, their scars, Jem's fever, Caleb's gash, mirroring your fear. You're bound to them, yet alone, Your name on the article's a mark of desperation, not wealth. The captain's greed, the boatswain's whip, the crew's mistrust weigh on you, the raid's blood a stain on your soul. The sea, vast and unforgiving, offers no escape. Its dangers, storms, navy ships, now disease, a constant threat. You wonder if you'll see shore again, or if sickness will claim you, your dreams of riches buried in the hold's decay. The crew's despair deepens. A man, too weak to climb, is dragged to the deck, Silas's knife at his throat, the code's punishment for idleness swift. Kofi, his strength waning, shares a glance, his silence heavy, his eyes haunted. Jem's fevered rants turn to whispers of mutiny, his words dangerous in the hold's dark. You hide your own symptoms, bleeding gums, a cough, fearing Amos's lash or worse. The raid's plunder, meant to sustain you, rots below, the crew's hunger sharpening their knives. Black. Tom, untouched by sickness, paces the deck, his pistol ready, his cabin a world apart. The sloop, once a promise of freedom, is a death trap, its crew dying one by one. Survival a prayer drowned by the sea's endless roll. The sloop sails on, its hull leaking. The crew's moans a grim chorus. You've survived the raid, but sickness now hunts you, your body weakening, the hold's squalor a relentless foe. Tomorrow brings more labor, more threats. A navy ship's sails spotted, its cannons a distant promise of death. Black Tom speaks of another raid, but the crew's eyes, dulled by fever, hold little hope. The code binds you, its rules a noose, the pirate's life a brutal grind. For now, you lie in your hammock, the ship's sway a gentle lullaby. The rats scurry a faint echo, your heart clinging to a fleeting hope, pulling you deeper into the desperate life of a pirate. Mutiny's whisper echoes in the hold, your fevered body trembling as the black gull sways through Caribbean waters. The raid's meager plunder and the hold's squalor, disease, rancid food, fouled water, have left the crew gaunt and desperate. In 1715, hunger gnaws at you, scurvy loosening your teeth, while fear and greed spark talk of rebellion. Black Tom's iron rule and Silas's tight grip on the share's fuel distrust. Jem's fevered rants turning to plots against the captain. You, the newest pirate, are caught in the crew's divisions, your loyalty questioned, betrayal or the lash looming. The code you signed, meant to bind, now threatens to break you. The sloop, a powder keg ready to explode. This is no tale of camaraderie, but of treachery, woven softly to lull you towards slumber. The hold is a fetid prison, its air thick, with rot and the groans of sick men, your hammock damp with mildew, fleas biting your fevered skin. Your gums bleed, your joints ache, the scurvy from weeks of wormy hardtack worsening daily. The raid's silver coin, your only share, lies heavy in your pocket, worthless against hunger. Above deck, the crew gathers, their faces hollow, their knives glinting in the lantern's flicker. Jem, his branded arm trembling, his eyes wild with fever, whispers of mutiny, his voice low. Tom hoards the rum, Silas cheats us. Caleb, his gash festering, nods, his missing ear a grim badge of distrust. Kofi, silent but watchful, sharpens his blade, his strength fading but his gaze steady. You're silent, your heart racing, the code's rules, loyalty or death, a noose tightening around you. Survival a gamble in this fractured crew. The captain's rule fuels the fire. Black Tom paces the deck, his boots thudding, his pistol always loaded, his cabin stocked with rum while you drink cloudy water. The raids, Plunder, cloth, rum, a handful of coins was split unfairly, his share triple yours, Silas's tally unquestioned. You've seen him lash a man for questioning orders, the whips crack drawing blood, the crew silent. Jem, his fever burning, accuses Tom of hiding gold, his words spreading like rot. Last night, in the hold's dark, he spoke of seizing the ship, his knife glinting, Caleb and others listening. You stayed quiet, your hands trembling, the memory of the raid's blood still fresh, the code's punishment for mutiny, keel-hauling, death, a shadow over every word, your loyalty, a question you cannot answer. The crew's divisions deepen. Amos, the bosun, loyal to Tom, watches the hold, his whip coiled, his cough betraying his own sickness. Silas, the quartermaster, guards the stores, his knife ready, his eyes scanning for thieves. Jem's rants grow louder, his fevered gaze turning to Kofi, accusing him of siding with Silas for extra shares. Kofi's silence, once calm, now feels dangerous, his blade's edge catching the lantern's light. Caleb, weaker each day, whispers to you of a captain in Jamaica who shared fairly, his words a spark in the hold's gloom. You're the newest, your scurvy worsening, your place unearned, their eyes judging. Will you join the plot or betray it? The code, scrawled in Nassau, offers no mercy. Its rules a blade at your throat. The crew a pack tearing itself apart. The sloop's squalor fans the flames. The hold, leaking from the raid's damage, reeks of bilge and waste, the air choking. Your raw throat. Your hammock, infested with rats, sways as the ship lurches, the dampness chilling your bones. The food, hardtack dust, rancid pork, twists your stomach, dysentery's cramps sharp as a knife. Water, fouled in barrels, is rationed, tighter, its grit coating your teeth. The deck above, sticky with tar, offers no relief, the sun blistering your skin, the salt spray stinging your eyes. The raid's cloth rots below, its stench blending with the hold's decay, the crew's hunger a spark ready to ignite. Sleep is impossible, broken by groans, Jem's whispers, or Amos's shouts. The sloop a floating cage where mutiny brews in the dark. The sensory weight is crushing. The hold's stench, mildew, waste, rotting food, clogs your lungs, the rum's sour tang lingering from a stolen sip. Your hands, blistered from ropes, tremble as you clutch your coin, its metal cold, your gums bleeding onto your fingers. The taste of hardtack, worm-ridden and gritty, sticks in your throat, your stomach cramping. Sounds surround you. The hulls creak, the waves crash, Jem's fevered mutter, Caleb's cough. The lantern's flicker casts shadows on the walls, their dance amplifying your fevered haze, the hammock's dampness chilling your bones. The deck above, blood-stained from the raid, burns your feet, the sun's glare blinding, the sea's sway a constant pull. The sloop is a tomb, its squalor a partner to betrayal, rest a fleeting dream in its grim confines. The emotional toll is a heavy anchor. You joined for coin, a way out of poverty, but mutiny's shadow mocks that dream. You think of London, your mother's face fading, her warnings ignored. The crew's tales of gold, once a spark, are ashes, their scars. Gems, fever, Caleb's gash, mirroring your fear. You're bound to them, yet alone. Your name on the articles a mark of desperation, not loyalty. The captain's greed, the bosun's whip, the crew's distrust weigh on you. The raid's blood a stain on your soul. The sea, vast and unforgiving, offers no escape. Its dangers, disease, navy ships, now mutiny, a constant threat. You wonder if you'll see shore again, or if betrayal will claim you, your dreams of riches buried in the hold's decay. The mutiny's spark ignites, Jem, his voice hoarse, rallies Caleb and two others in the hold, their knives drawn, their plan to seize the helm at dawn. You're pulled in, your silence taken as agreement, your heart pounding as Jem presses a blade to your hand. Kofi, watching, says nothing, his eyes unreadable. Amos's footsteps thud above, his whip's threat looming, Silas's knife a shadow in the dark. The code's punishment for mutiny, death by keel hauling, your body torn by barnacles, is a risk you cannot escape. You clutch your coin, its weight a reminder of the raid's cost. Your fever burning, your loyalty torn. The crew, once a band, is a snake eating its own tail. Survival a gamble against the blades of your mates. The sloop sails on, its hull leaking. The crew's whispers, a grim chorus. You've survived the raid and sickness, but mutiny now hunts you, your body weak, the hold squalor, a relentless foe. Tomorrow brings rebellion or punishment. The Navy's sails a distant threat. Black Tom's pistol, Silas's knife, Jem's fevered plot bind you, the code a noose tightening. For now, you lie in your hammock. The ships sway a gentle lullaby, the rats scurry a faint echo, your heart clinging to a fleeting hope, pulling you deeper into the desperate life of a pirate. Dawn breaks red over the Caribbean, mutiny's blade glinting in the hold as the Navy's sails loom on the horizon. The plot you overheard on the Black Gull, Jem's fevered plan to seize the ship, erupts in chaos, your scurvy-weakened body, caught in the fray in 1715. Hunger, disease and greed have fractured the crew, their knives drawn as Black Tom's pistol roars. A Navy frigate, its cannons gleaming, closes in, the raid's plunder, and your desperate choice now a noose tightening. The battle is brutal, blood, smoke, and splintered wood, ending in capture, death, or a scarred survival. The pirates, life once a dream of gold, is a brutal end, its cost etched in your soul. This is no tale of escape, but of ruin, woven softly to lull you towards slumber. The hold is a furnace of betrayal, its air thick with mildew and the stench of fear, your hammock swaying as shouts echo above. Jem, his fever burning, his branded, arm trembling, leads the mutiny, his knife at Silas's throat, demanding the captain's share. Caleb, his gash oozing, joins him, his missing ear a grim badge, while Kofi, silent and strong, hesitates, his blade half drawn. You, the newest, your gums bleeding from scurvy, stand frozen, the coin from the raid clutched in your pocket. The code's rules, loyalty or death, await on your chest. Amos, the bosun, bursts in, his whip cracking, his cough ragged, loyal to Black Tom. A blade flashes, Jem slashes Amos, blood spraying, the hold a chaos of shouts and steel. Your heart pounds, your cutlass heavy, the mutiny a spark igniting the sloop's doom. The deck erupts as the mutiny spills above, the crew divided, knives clashing under the Caribbean sun. Black Tom, his pistol smoking, shoots a mutineer, his body crumpling, the deck slick with blood. You scramble up, the wood splintered from the raid, your bare feet slipping, the air sharp with gunpowder. Silas, bloodied but alive, rallies loyalists, his knife cutting a traitor's arm. Kofi fights beside you, his blade swift, his silence a shield, but Jem's fevered scream cuts through. The gold's ours. The articles, meant to bind, are ashes, the crew tearing itself apart. You swing your cutlass, more fear than skill, a mutineer's blade grazing your arm, the pain sharp, the blood warm. The sloop rocks, its sails flapping, the mutiny a storm no one controls, your survival a gamble in its chaos. The Navy frigate strikes before the mutiny settles. Its sails, white and vast, close fast. Its cannons roaring, iron balls tearing through. The black gull's hull, the deck splinters, wood flying. A mate's scream cut short as a cannonball takes his leg. You duck behind a barrel, the air thick with smoke, your fevered body shaking, your arm bleeding. Black Tom bellows orders, his pistol empty, his face scarred and desperate. Silas loads a cannon, his hands steady despite the gash on his side, while Kofi hauls ropes, his strength fading. The Navy's muskets crack, bullets whizzing, Jem falling, his fevered mutiny silenced by a shot to the chest. You fire a musket, its kick bruising your shoulder. The merchant raid's violence a pale shadow to this slaughter. The sea red with blood. Capture comes swiftly. The frigate's crew boards, their swords gleaming, their shouts in crisp English. You drop your cutlass, your hands raised, your body too weak to fight. Kofi, beside you, surrenders, his blade clattering, while Silas fights on, his knife useless, against Navy steel. Black Tom, cornered, is bound, his tricorn hat lost, his authority broken. The surviving crew, barely a dozen, including you and Kofi, are chained, the deck a ruin of blood and wood. The Navy captain, his coat pristine, eyes you like vermin, his voice cold. Pirates hang. The sloop, leaking and battered, is towed, its hold stench of rot, and death your prison. The code's promise of gold, the mutiny's spark, lead, only to this, survival a fleeting hope in the Navy's grip. The trial in Nassau is a grim formality. You're dragged to a stone courthouse, your chains clanking, your body racked by fever and hunger. The judge, his wig powdered, reads charges. Piracy, murder. His voice a drone, the gallows outside casting a shadow. Kofi, beside you, is silent, his eyes distant, while Silas, defiant, spits at the judge, earning a guard's blow. Black Tom, his scars stark under torchlight, claims he was coerced, but the judge's hammer falls, guilty, all. The crowd jeers, their faces blurred, your mother's warnings echoing from London's slums. The articles, signed in desperation, are your doom, the raid's coin worthless, the sea's promise a lie, your sentence to hang, the noose a certainty, survival a dream fading in the courthouse's gloom. The gallows loom, but fever claims you first. In a damp cell, your scurvy worsens, your teeth loose, your arms wound festering, the air thick with straw and despair. Kofi, chained nearby, hums a low tune, his strength gone, his fate sealed. You think of the raid, the mutiny, the blood, each choice a step to this end. The cell's stone chills your bones, the rats scurry a grim rhythm, the guard's footsteps a countdown. Some pirates, you've heard, survive, pardoned, scarred, their lives haunted. But your body fails, the plague of the sea stronger than the noose. The sloop, the crew, the code are memories. Your dreams of gold buried in the Caribbean's depths. Death, not the gallows, is your end. The pirate's life, a brutal toll paid in blood and fever. Survival, for others, is no victory. You imagine Kofi, spared by chance, his body scarred, his eyes empty, wandering Nassau's docks, a ghost of the sea. The golden age, they'll say, claimed thousands. Pirates hanged, drowned or broken, their ships burned, their names forgotten. Your own life, fleeting as a wave, leaves no mark. The sloop's wreck a relic in the deep. The Navy's hunt, the code's chains. The crew's betrayal linger as scars for any who live. The pirate's dream, a trap that few escape. The sea, vast and unforgiving, swallows all. Gold, blood, hope. its rhythm a final lullaby for your desperate soul. The sensory weight is crushing. The cell's air is thick, the stench of straw, waste and fever choking your throat, the chain's cold metal biting your wrists. Your hands, blistered and bloodied, tremble, your gums bleeding, your fever burning. The taste of rancid water, your last sip, clings to your tongue, your stomach empty. Sounds surround you. The chains clank, the rats scurry. Kofi's. The gallows creak outside. The torch's flicker casts shadows, their dance amplifying your haze, the stone floor chilling your bones. The sea's memory, its salt, its crash, its blood, lingers. The sloop's deck a distant dream. The cell a tomb where rest is a fleeting hope. The emotional toll is a heavy anchor. You joined for coin, a way out of poverty. But the sea's brutality mocks that dream. Your mother's face fades, her warnings ignored. The crew's scars, Jem's fever, Caleb's gash, Kofi's silence, mirroring your fear. You're bound to them, yet alone. Your name on the article's a mark of doom. The captain's greed, the mutiny's blood, the navy's chains weigh on you. The raid's violence a stain on your soul. The sea, vast and cruel, offered no escape. Its dangers, disease, betrayal, capture, your end. You wonder if London will know your fate, or if the waves will claim your name. Your dreams buried in the cell's dark. The gallows wait, but your fevered eyes close. The cell's chill fading. The sea's sway a distant memory. You've survived. Raids, sickness, mutiny. But the pirate's life claims you. Its cost too heavy. For now, you slip into darkness. The rats scurry a faint lullaby, your heart letting go, pulling you deeper into the desperate life of a pirate, now ended.